Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Today, Inside Golf is back at Aronimink Golf Club in Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. Full-pack show, and we have a very special announcement right at the top. Mike Bowman, Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Center, is with us. No stranger to Inside Golf. Good to see you again, Mike.
Great to see you, Harry, and we're just so excited to be here.
The 70 top players remaining in the FedEx Series will be right here at Aronimink. It's the Bmw Championship. It's coming in September of 2018. It's a huge event. And then from here, 30 of them will go to the Tour Championship the following week. But it's big for Montgomery County.
It's big for everyone. What's going to happen to the region with this amazing event at this world-class facility is just incredible. And over 100,000 people will be here for this event for the region. So Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, Valley Forge is very excited.
We're going to have more, a lot more. We'll also give you a heads up on how you can get an inside track on tickets to that event in September of 2018. Mike, good seeing you again.
Great seeing you, Harry.
All right, enjoy the next year.
Thank you. Great to see everyone, and we can't wait to be here at Aronimink.
All right, and we can't wait to come back with more on the 2018 BMW Championship at Aronimink on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, now celebrating its 20th season, is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
Along with being stewards of the game of golf, your local PGA professional wears many hats.
We are teachers.
We are players.
We are managers.
We are merchandisers.
And community leaders.
But we all wear one badge.
PGA professionals are well-trained experts who work hard to share the joy of golf with our neighbors for over 90 years. To find your local PGA professional, visit phillypga.com. Brought to you by the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
We are the experts in the game and business of golf.
The Open Championship is the deepest and most talented field in Philadelphia tournament golf. This year's edition visited these historic grounds at Philadelphia Country Club. Filled with the area's top Philly PGA section professionals and Golf Association of Philadelphia amateurs, the Open remains one of, if not the, most difficult tournament on the calendar to win. The championship started in 1903. It has been played every summer since, save two during the World War II years. Some of golf's biggest names, Tommy Armour, George Fazio, R.J. Sigel, to name a few, have all claimed victory. This July, Philadelphia Country Club, a GAP founding member, hosted the Open for the 5th time. And like its last appearance in 2004, the Gladwin Club was the stage for another historic event. The champion was Matt Matari of Saucon Valley Country Club, who led start to finish. But it was that start that put Matari in historical relevance. He began his march with a Philly CC course record 8 under par 63 in round 1. Not only was it a course record, but it is also the lowest 18-hole score posted by an Open winner. And in the end, it was that score that helped him cruise to a 2-stroke victory.
I like you. I feel like my resume has a bunch of runner-ups and top fives and not enough of the big hardware, so it feels great to bring this one home.
Matari opened the final round with 9 consecutive pars to make the turn with a 5-shot lead. Bogeys on 10 and 11 slowed him down a little bit, but Matari righted the ship with pars on 12, 13, and 14. Some of those par tries of the testy variety. A bogey on 15 and another on 16 gave the field some hope and cut Matari's advantage to 2 strokes. but the powerful Matari carded a pair of run-of-the-mill pars on the final 2 closing holes to secure his biggest career victory. On the final hole, he found the fairway and center of the green to ensure he would be the one raising the John J. McDermott Open Trophy.
The pins were a little tougher today. The greens dried out a little bit, so it wasn't easy to have all those licks. I mean, yesterday I had a ton of licks at birdie inside of 15 feet. Today I might have had 3. So it was just, and it wasn't like I was hitting bad shots. It was set up tough, and the course kind of fought back a little bit.
The win was the 8th in a row for an amateur at the Open. Matari joins former professional Ralph Hutchinson as the only Saucon Valley Country Club reps to earn Open hardware. Hutchinson took the 1954 Open. Matari was quick to credit caddy Ted Decker, aka the Bear, for guiding him through the 36 holes.
He's a great kid, great company, and helped a ton with the green. I mean, this is a place where you need someone who can kind of direct you on the green, and it makes a huge difference on some putts.
There was a tie for low professional honors. Brian Berkstall, Shawnee Country Club's Director of Instruction, and Tony Perla, an assistant professional at Philadelphia Cricket Club, tied for second in low pro accolades at 2 under. Berkstall posted the number first before Perla rolled in this birdie on 18 to force a split. So congratulations to the 31-year-old Matt Matari, a victory well earned. Reporting from Philadelphia Country Club for the Golf Association of Philadelphia, I'm Marty Emino.
My name's Kirby Martin. I'm the Director of Competitions, and I've been with GAP since February of 2000, so this makes this like my 18th year. Well, my passion for the game goes back to about when I was 7 years old and beginning. I think there's a tremendous amount of things you can learn about the game, you know, beginning with playing and then moving on to golf course architecture, the rules of golf. Obviously, with being the Director of Competitions, the rules are a big part of the game. I just came back from my 18th 4-day rules seminar, and now they're changing. So I have a passion for the game that's gone back some 35 years, and I still love it, and I'm still learning. My main responsibilities are the team matches and all the events conducted at GAP, with a focus on the championships, the amateur, mid-amateur, open, and Patterson. My favorite thing about the job, and I've said this probably since day one, is the people. The people that play in our events, the people that are our executive committee members, and our team here in the office. It makes all the long days and long hours worthwhile through our 80-some-odd events throughout it's basically a 6-month season. And that includes volunteers as well. They make our events go. We just have a great group of people that make work fun, and I think that's important when you're grinding out 20-hour days.
Well, the president here at Aronimink Golf Club, Joe Fabrizio, in your first year, Joe.
Yes, I am, Harry.
All right, it's going to be an exciting next year for you.
Without question.
Talk about the BMW Championship in September of 2018.
Well, the tournament's going to be held in early September 2018. The tour has not officially released their schedule, but it will be early 18. The BMW Championship has been sponsored by BMW since 2007. It is the penultimate event in the FedEx Cup Series for the PGA Tour. Our field will include 70 of the best players in the world. Among recent winners have been Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, Tiger Woods, and Jason Day.
That's a who's who of golf, huh?
Sure is. And also, the event has been the PGA Tour Event of the Year in 2008, 12, 13, and 14. And we hope to add 18 to that list.
So you're only going to have a field of 70, and this will be the third leg of that FedEx Series, as you mentioned. And then 30 will advance from Aronimink to the following week in the Tour Championship. So we're getting the best of the best.
the best of the best, without question.
Okay, and Aronimink, talking about best of the best, traditionally ranked in the top 100 golf courses in the country. It's been deemed, I think, 44th toughest golf course. I mean, Aronimink is no stranger to big events.
No, it isn't. We've had a lot of great events over the years. We've hosted the PGA Championship in '62. We've hosted a USGA Amateur. We've also hosted the Senior PGA Championship and the AT&T as recently as 2010 and 2011.
It's going to be a great year for you and the members here at Aronimink. Joe, thanks for joining us. We'll be back here at Aronimink to talk more about the 2018 BMW Championship on Inside Golf.
Success requires hard work. No way around it. Realize timing is key. Be willing to push yourself. Stay in control. Trust technology to support you. My father once said, "Doesn't matter what you do in life, just be the best at it."
Hey viewers of Inside Golf, have you heard about Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine? Published by ex-Eagles and Philadelphia Stars tight end Ken Dunnick, these magazines offer the very best in content on subjects of interest to men. Writers include Glenn Macnell, Bill Line, and George Anastasia. And you can increase your business by attending our monthly private parties as an advertiser. Call 856-912-4007 or email ken@jerseymanmagazine.com for more information.
I'm Taylor Tropea, and welcome to A Short Drive. Today, we're going to show you how to explore an important part of America's revolutionary history on two wheels.
You're going to follow this trail. It's about 5 miles, but then you can also go this way. And on this path, you'll see all the different historical landmarks that we have.
Graham is here to tell us everything we need to know about the bike rentals at Valley Forge National Historical Park. So Graham, tell us, why did the park decide to go into the bike rental business?
Well, obviously, the bicycling at Valley Forge is a very popular activity, and a lot of demand from not just local people, but from people throughout the country. So this is a pretty big travel destination, over 2 million people annually, so a lot of those people are looking to rent bikes.
So tell us about the guided tour. What will visitors see when they're taking it?
So it's a 5-mile tour. It's going to go through the park. You'll see it real up close, seeing sites like the Muhlenberg Brigade site where the park does living history programming. You'll see some of the most phenomenal monuments in the park, like the National Memorial Arch. You'll also see Artillery Park, and you'll see the actual grounds where the Army conducted their training here at Valley Forge, making it the birthplace of the American Army.
Do you have to be an experienced rider to take this tour?
We recommend to have some cycling experience. We recommend that participants are about 12 years of age or older. But we do get younger kids that certainly prove their bike worthiness and their ability to ride, so we'll take them too.
Great. Well, how has business been this summer so far?
It's been really good, yeah. This is year 1 for us, and it's been pretty busy throughout the summer. We've gotten pretty crushed on some weekends. We actually ran out of bikes a couple times, so we ordered more to increase our fleet, so we're doing pretty well now.
Do you see a lot of visitors from out of town? Are they mostly local? Is it a healthy mix?
Yeah, it is a really healthy mix. We'll even get people from outside of the country. People from Europe, people from South America, people from Asia. So yeah, it's a pretty big travel destination, so we help everyone.
So if you have your own bike and you still want to explore the park, are there any trails connected, anything you recommend?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the park itself has about 30 miles of trails, but we're also patched into some of the other really prominent trails in the area, like the Schuylkill River Trail and the Perkiomen Trail. Not too far from here is the Chester Valley Trail, which will eventually be linked into the park, so lots of opportunities.
So how can people find more information about the trails and renting bikes here?
So you can just go to our website, www.encampmentstore.org, or you can always give us a call in our gift shop, 610-783-1074.
And private tours are also available. Just call the Encampment Store for details. That's it for today's short drive, but you can always find more information by visiting valleyforge.org.
The Philadelphia PGA and Rothman Institute continue to help you play better golf and stay healthy by bringing you tips from the experts. Here to help us deliver these tips is PGA professional John Dunnigan and Dr. Matthew Ramsey, Chief of Shoulder and Elbow Surgery at Rothman Institute.
Thanks, Leela. Dr. Ramsey, is there anything that golfers should do to warm up their wrists and forearms before a round of golf?
Yeah, so there are a lot of things you can do pre-season and in season to prevent injury. and they're the same thing. So stretching is the most important starting point. So to stretch the tendons on the outside of the elbow, you bring your elbow straight, your wrist comes down, and as you kind of force your wrist bent or flexed, you'll feel tension here. If you don't feel much tension, you can turn your fingers out, which will put this tendon on more stretch, and you'll feel more stretch. For the inside of the elbow, you bring your elbow straight and you bring your wrist back, and if you want to add stretch to it, you turn your fingers towards the midline, which again puts this tendon on stretch. So having the tendons loose and not tight will help prevent injury. And then to strengthen, you want to start with some wrist curls, so elbows bent, do some weighted wrist curls, like a little light hand weight, a pound or two, increasing as you feel comfortable, and then turn it around and do some wrist extensions. And as you get stronger, you can extend your elbow and do the same sorts of exercises, which again is more stressful to the elbow.
Great, thank you very much, Dr. Ramsey. Folks, don't just jump out there, start smacking away. Warm up before you play.
Always some timely advice on stretching, wrist, arms, getting ready for the game of golf. All right, talking about the game of golf, did you ever notice some players have it, some don't? A competitive edge, even at the highest level. Our teed-off panel talks about it next on Inside Golf.
Could handle it beautifully. I mean, he was a gem. And then you got Tiger, you got Nicklaus, just walked through like there was nobody else in the tournament.
And we welcome you back. Inside Golf continues. Now we have our teed-off panel with you, coming today from beautiful Bluestone Country Club in Bluebell, Pennsylvania. You know, if you're thinking about a special event, a social event, maybe a bar or bat mitzvah, you know, dinner and dancing, up to 320 guests, huge and beautiful clubhouse and ballroom. Outdoors, they have a patio and a fire pit for cocktail area. It doesn't get any better than right here at Bluestone Country Club in Bluebell. All right, our panel today includes from 97.5, The Fanatic. From 10 to 2 on weekdays, we have Harry Mays. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Harry.
All right. From the Philadelphia section, PGA of America, Lilo Mackey is back. And Philadelphia area PGA professional, author. He's now working on his third book. How about that?
Third book coming out in about a month.
This is number 2, The Dormy House.
Dormy House is number 2. Great book, too. A lot of fun. We're getting a lot of reports back.
Mr. Bob Shepard. Harry, this was a topic that you volunteered and thought maybe our viewers would be interested in. And I think you're right. It has to do with taking your game as an elite player to the next level and finishing off in a golf tournament and winning. Maybe 2 rounds, 3 rounds, you're up there near the top, and all of a sudden comes Sunday afternoon and you're not in the picture, right?
Right. I was listening to Lanny Watkins, who was one of the analysts on a tournament a few weeks ago on the Golf Channel, and he was basically alluding to Ricky Fowler, I believe, and I'm paraphrasing that, you know, some of the 20-something group of players that we all love to watch sometimes aren't as motivated maybe to go for the win on Sunday. If the win comes to them, it's great. But if not, it's okay if you finish second, third, fourth, because the money is very, very good for those positions too. And it got me thinking about who out there is, you know, we're always looking for that next Tiger Woods type of, you know, guy, and I don't know if there's ever going to be another one like him, but that competitiveness doesn't seem to exist in a lot of these guys.
Lilo, you played competitive golf as a collegian. Did you, or
I didn't play
in high school?
I was in the golf management program.
Okay.
And played in high school.
Okay. So you have experience of playing in tournament golf, competitive golf. Did you find yourself sometimes, I don't want to say not wanting to win, but finding it difficult to take it to that next level, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is your personality. You know, I certainly was not one that had a strong desire to play on the tour and practice every day and get up at 6 a.m. and hit the range for 5 hours. That was just not me. That wasn't my personality. Obviously, I'm competitive and I would like to win, but I think a lot of it's, you know, your personality, how intense you are, and the mindset you have going into that final round or whatever it takes to close out a tournament, combined with a little bit of luck, probably.
Right. Bob, it's not always talent. I mean, we've seen some great players, and now even today, I mean, that have been noted as maybe not being great finishers.
Sure.
And they never, when it came time to hit the shot they needed, it wasn't there. You played at a pretty high level, both here and in Europe. I mean, how about yourself? Did you find yourself sometimes maybe not having it when you needed it? And why was that?
Well, you know, it's funny. You find when you're playing and playing for real, you're not just out with your buddies, you find that the fear of failure is as strong as the fear of winning. A lot of people are afraid to win because of what it comes with it. It's a huge burden to win. It really is, and there's only a certain amount of people who can really do it. Jay Siegel could handle it beautifully. I mean, he was a gem. And then you got Tiger, you got Nicklaus, just walked through like there was nobody else in the tournament. And that's the big thing, is the fear of winning. It can be as strong as the fear of losing. I mean, losing is not fun, but sometimes you feel protected. You have a little protected blanket wrapped around you. So I think that's part of it. And all these greats, Tom Watson shanked the ball at Pebble Beach. Should have won the Open that year. Ian Baker Finch couldn't finish. He was yipping his driver. You've got all these different guys through the years. So there's a lot of hidden talent that never shines, you know, never gets up.
But a lot of it is emotions. I mean, there was a guy, Harry, a little before your time, Tom Weiskopf, who actually was always in the shadow of Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
They played at Ohio State together, came on tour a couple of years apart.
He had one major, a British.
And Weiskopf was supposed to be like the next Jack Nicklaus, even though Nicklaus was only like 2 or 3 years older. He never really got there, and I don't know, and he had some issues. I mean, he talks about it. I mean, I think drinking was a problem for him.
Yeah.
And he went on to a whole different life of being a golf course architect. Did a little TV, but that's one name that stands out.
Yeah, that's a shadow. That's tough to
living in that shadow.
Live in that shadow.
That's a big
Jack.
shadow.
Yeah.
A lot of guys lived in that
Absolutely.
shadow.
But I think the situation was the U.S. Open when Koepka was sort of starting to run away from the field and separate himself. Fowler stayed in his game plan and just sort of kept doing what he was doing rather than seeing the tournament get away and maybe come out of that game plan and go for it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
One guy who lived with the title of greatest player without a major until this year was Sergio Garcia. And now, at not exactly a ripe young age, he did it. He finally got it, you know, and now we're seeing him, you know, engaged and all. He's kind of settling into the role of being a winner,
right?
Leila. And I don't think I probably would have seen that coming if he hadn't done it back at Augusta.
I definitely didn't see it coming, honestly. And I think a lot of it, you know, I don't think that there's really anything more than, you know, he just was right there with Tiger, but Tiger just had that mindset of what it took to finish out a tournament. You know, Sergio's got a ton of top 5 finishes, but however he mentally prepares them for any top athlete, I think it's how they mentally prepare and what they do differently and how they, you know, the mindset they have and how intense they are going into that final round or whatever it is, final play of a football game or whatever. Right. Some can do it and some can't. So
another guy who's been this close, but he has won multiple majors, is Phil Mickelson. But sometimes Phil just, you know, my good Winged Foot was a classic, but there were other classics, right? Where the guy, what's he got, 6 runner-ups in the U.S. Open. Think about that. He'd be right there at the top of the list with Tiger for majors, but for some reason, that final round itis got to him.
But you could say that about Nicklaus too, but that
19 runner-ups.
Right, I was going to say. That doesn't really hold true.
When you win 18 majors and 19 runner-ups, nobody's questioning your ability to close.
Phil says, I'm counting my 6 as a major, and I know you're not. That means Nicklaus had 20 of them.
That's right. Interesting topic. Thank you, Harry, for that. And we'll be back. More of Inside Golf in a moment. Located in Bluebell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship-caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a luncheon, dinner, or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community.
I'd be nowhere near the golfer or person that I am today without Cam. We don't hold our thoughts back with each other, and that's why we're able to be so successful.
Jordan brought with him a tremendous desire to achieve, whether it was that first day that we met or every session thereafter.
One of the epic performances.
Accomplishing these lifetime goals, could not have done it without Cam.
The best stories end in thanks. Share your story at ThanksPGAPro.com.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf from beautiful Aronimink here in Newtown Square. Justine Gabarino is with us. She is with Montco Golf, the magazine, and also Valley Forge Convention and Tourism. And tell us, in your own words, as we wrap up this show, about an event in September of 2018, the BMW Championship, what it will mean for the people here in Montgomery County.
Yes, well, we're really excited for the BMW Championship to come here. Aronimink is one of the golf courses featured in our annual Montco Golf magazine, and with over 75 hotels, world-class shopping, 600-plus restaurants, we're really excited for all the visitors to come to this region.
Yeah, I know, and there's going to be a bunch of them. Mike Bowman, we heard your colleague talking about over 100,000 people for that week here to see the creme de la creme on the PGA Tour.
Right, and we're really excited for everyone to come.
All right, it's going to be a busy year for you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Justine, that's going to do it. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up, and we'll see you next week right here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, now celebrating its 20th season, is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.